There's an identity crisis with men. Don't know how long it's been going on, but many of you who have kind of mirror checked yourself and have been aware, notice this too. We suffer from an identity crisis. And here's the problem with the identity crisis, is that we don't know who we are as a man. You don't know how you are as a man. I didn't know how I was as a man. When I grew up in the ghetto. In order to grow up in the ghetto, you had to be in survival mode. In order to be in survival mode, you had to fight. Well, don't get me wrong, still down for the 1v1, but violence was the answer for a lot of things, hostilities. And growing up in that community, to be quite honest, I fought for survival. Wasn't who I was instinctually. Violence has always been a last line of defense, of course, but it wasn't who I was as a person. But I grew up with a family. My dad was a fighter, still is a fighter, Jesus. But in order to do that, we had to fight. And in order to get through that, we had to fight. But as I grew up, get influenced by friends. Of course, you start looking up to friends depending on what they do, how they act. And then they tell you how to be a man, what it is to be a man. And then you go forward, and then I went forward as I grew older. Did the Marine Corps stint for a little bit. And then you kind of feel what it is to be a man from the military. How to be a man. And then you move forward, and either you get influenced by others, and you think that's what it is to be a man. Let me tell you something. Men, you got to take back your power. Take back your power. Because if you think being a man is what a politician says, what a talking head says on the podcast, or how they talk to others, and you mirror check yourself, and you ask yourself, why am I like this? Why do I do this? Or if you're around other acts of men, when they do an act, and you're like, I'm not quite comfortable with that, but hey, he's a man. You are not true to yourself. And to be a man is to be true to yourself. This is where the identity crisis comes in. Because you're being told what it is to be a man. You're being told how to act as a man. How to be a man in regards to women. How to be a man unto yourself. And you think, hey, this is how I was taught. This is who tells me how to do things. Do you really think that's a man? Being told how to act? Being told who to be? You've been stripped of your identity. You've been stripped of your power. And this is where the big issue lies. Because when you're stripped of your power, when you're stripped of your identity, you're allowed to be given an identity. And I'm not talking about identity politics. I'm talking about who you are as a person, who you are as a man. If you're mirror checking yourself and you're not comfortable with yourself, who you are, there's inner work to be done. And this is where it's uncomfortable, because it's easy. It's easy to be told what to do. You don't have to think. Men, that's the banality of it all. Quit being banal. Quit being boring. Quit being stripped of original thought. Because you don't know how to think. We're told what to think. And this is where we get stripped down, because we lose our power as men. We lose that power. And men, we talk about emasculation. There's nothing more emasculating than someone like a talking head, someone like a politician, someone else, another man telling you who you should be. You allow yourself to be emasculated. It's not that no one's emasculating you. You have allowed yourself to be emasculated. You've allowed your other people to give you an identity. And that's why you sit with yourself and you say, why is this happening to me? Why am I trying to be stripped of as a man? You didn't realize you lost that ability quite a while ago. That self-thought, that critical thinking, that's to be banal. That's to be lost of thought, without thinking. This whole group think of what it is to be man. Think for yourself. Think what it is to be power. Think what power is. Power is power over yourself, not over others. If you think to be a man is to impose yourself upon others, that's not being a man. True power is having control over yourself, power over yourself. Power that when another man is not acting accordingly, and you go along with it, and deep down inside, you feel that, man, that something's not right about it, that is your cue that you are not who you want to be. If you're sitting here, if you stand there and watch another man treat a woman like that, and something is deep down not right for you, he may think it's right for him, but if something is deep down not right with you and you just go along with it and you go, haha, that's my buddy right there, you know, that's him being a man. But deep down you're not right with it, that's not you being a man. That's not being true to yourself. Being a man is true to yourself. Take back your power. Stop acting as if others tell you what to do. Stop acting what others say you should be. Think for yourself. Be that power, because when you start thinking for yourself, when you become powerful in that way, you stand on your own two legs. You're able to stand amongst other men and be able to express yourself, be able to disagree. And I understand where all this is coming from, because at one point you were yourself. At one point you thought, hey, maybe this is the right people to be around. Maybe this is the right guys that I can actually say, hey, this is who I am as a person. And then you get laughed at. Then you get bullied. And you say, no, that's not it. That's not it. I got to give up this identity of myself just to get in, just to fit in. We all did that. I did that. To fit in, to hide myself, because it was not the cool thing to do. Having my own thoughts was not the cool thing to do. Having the thought of another dude was cool. And then those dudes thought, hey, having the thought of another dude is cool. But you know what's pretty pimping right now? It's taking back your power. Taking back your strength. Having your own thoughts. Stop being influenced. Because now you are men, you are an adult. You start to think for yourself. Act for yourself. When you start to do that, you're going to lose friends. They're going to start to think of it like, hey man, I thought you were cool. Yeah, I am fucking cool. I'm cool with myself. I finally understand myself. This is who I am. And if you can't dig it, then sorry man, I'm going to find my own group. You will always find your group. You will always find other men who look at you and say, I respect that. Who respect your thoughts. Who tell you, all right man, that's who you think, cool. I'm still going to respect you. All right? And if you find disagreements with what men should be, what men, remember who you are as a person. Because your vibe, as they say, the vibe is the tribe, you know. They say men heal other men. When you start to be yourself, men start to say, hey man, what are your thoughts on this? They start to respect your opinion. They start to respect you as a person. And that's the strength of it all. When you respect yourself, when you get to mirror check yourself, and you get to say, yeah, I feel pretty good about who I am. I know who I am. Who are you? That's what they have to figure out for themselves. But when you mirror check yourself, when you do that gut check, you say, I'm comfortable with the decisions I made. I stand strong with it. Why? Because my conviction, you cannot outdo my conviction. I have more conviction than you because I know who I am as a person. That is power. Men, take back your power. Stop have others thinking for you. Take back your power. Stop having others tell you what to do. Take back your power. Stop acting a fool because others tell you, because a politician tells you who you should be as a man, because a talking head says this is what you do as a man. That's not being a man. That's being told what to do. That's being a kid. That's being a child. Jesus, man. It's not that we're being emasculated. Someone's trying to emasculate us. We've emasculated ourselves. Quit being banal. Quit being unoriginal. Quit being a freaking robot, dude. Be yourself. And if you don't know how to be yourself, get at me. Let's talk. Let's chat. Because, you know, I respect you. I respect you as a man. You have power. And if you need to discover that, let's talk. You know, let's talk. I'm an emotional wellness coach. Part of this whole entire thing is that men have lost the ability to be emotional, to start thinking and acting and being powerful with their emotions. So then, let's get together. Let's do this. If you think you're a man, if you know who you are, congratulations. You're doing the work. You're understanding who you are as a person and Whoever isn't vibing with you will go away. Whoever says, damn, that's a man right there, will be attracted to you. Okay? I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself. Take back your power. Man, I'm walking with you. I'm not walking ahead of you. I'm not walking behind you. I'm not above you. I'm not below you. I'm right beside you. Let's walk together. Come at me. Let's go.